first of all, I guess if you could just begin by just telling me a little more about you.
I've been married for 31 years, and Rita is, well, I'm also employed by Hy-Vee. She works at the one on Nifong at the new one. And I moved here in '95 from Phoenix, and I've worked for Hy-Vee since 2001.
Why the decision now to run for office, or fourth ward?
I talk to hundreds of people every day, and they wanted somebody to go up there and talk for them.
So what would you bring to the position?
I talk to hundreds of people every day. I'm in touch with the community and with the people in the community, and I know what they're saying. I know what their concerns are and what they would like to see as the direction Columbia take. And I can listen to them and take that to the board, to the city council.
What are they saying? What do you see as the biggest
They're not
concern?
interested at all in chickens or bicycles. They are more interested in jobs and crime. When I see people coming in and they're digging through their pockets to find their last pennies and then having to say no to their child because they need gas rather than a piece of taffy for 10 cents, we have a problem.
So what would you do to overcome some of those
I'm all
issues?
about jobs, and I'm all about crime and safety in the community. And to me, the most important thing you can have is everybody working and everybody feeling safe at their home, at their work, and on their travels from both.
Tell me about some of the ways that you would bring jobs to Columbia and some of the ways you would look at crime.
We need to get the university and the community to work together, the city of Columbia to work together, and entice people to come into town, and entice the people that are already here to stay here.
What about crime?
Never, under any circumstances, would I allow a budget cut to firemen or policemen, because guess what? If I'm not feeling safe at home, I'm not going to feel safe anywhere else. And if you start reducing the number of police on the streets, it gives you more places for crime to happen. If you start moving firemen around and reducing the number of personnel in each fire station, they can't get to my house fast enough. And if they can't live in my garage, then I want them to be just around the corner.
Have you ever run for political office before?
Nope.
Okay.
I've now also never run from political office before, so.
Oh goodness. So I guess I'm wondering, you're different, I guess, in that aspect. Is your background is different,
Right,
but you're very in touch with the people.
right.
I guess is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Fair.
I know where they're coming from, and I talk to them every day, and I keep repeating that, but I feel that that's my biggest strength, is that I do talk to them and I do listen to them.
How have you run your campaign thus far?
Word of mouth, everybody knows me. I mean, I haven't had any fundraisers yet, and I've just done it through people giving me money that know that I'm running and like what I have to say when I'm talking to them.
And you've been going to the forums.
Yes,
And I saw that you got the Chamber of Commerce's.
yes, which is
endorsement.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, why do you think they chose you?
Obviously, they must like what I have to say also. I mean, because since my big thing is crime and jobs, and the Chamber of Commerce wants nothing but the best for the city of Columbia. And since that's what I'm after, I want only the best for the city of Columbia also. And so it seems that we are of like minds, and they wanted to give it to somebody, and I was the one that they picked, for which I'm grateful.
How has that helped your campaign? That endorsement?
A lot of people have come up to me and said congratulations. I will say that I have read some online comments of that was a reason that people would not vote for me. I can't guarantee those people would have voted for me in the first place. So it's, again, I'm looking for the community, I'm looking for everybody. Because if the community's not doing well, neither are all the people in it.
You mentioned that you wouldn't cut crime. Or, I'm sorry, you wouldn't cut crime. That you wouldn't cut police or firefighters, those kind of things. But, I mean, the reality is the city has been faced to make some really tough decisions. So what areas would you look at then?
There's lots of areas. I mean, we can take things out. We've got the parks have got their 8% tax. We have to renew another tax for the parks. We've been getting a lot of federal funds for different things. Those federal funds are not going to last forever. So we're gonna have to find things in our general budget to take care of the things, the departments and areas where we're getting federal money from. That's gonna take away from our budget. We need to consider that at all times when we're looking at federal money. Where are we going to get the money to replace that? And it cannot come from police or fire or safety in the community. So we're gonna have to look at a lot of other places, and some people will be affected by it and may have to bite the bullet hard. And I'm sorry, but that's, with every decision that is made, some people are happy, some people are not so happy, and some people are very angry. It's just the way it is, and some people will have to be hurt, and each decision will affect a different group of people.
Yeah, well, hopefully the economy will be getting better.
Right. If we have more people at work, the economy can get better. Because the more people you have working, the more people are buying things. The more people are buying things, the more money the city gets from the taxes. And it all comes down to employment.
I don't know if this is an issue you know a lot about or really have a stance on, but what do you think about TIFs and how important is that going to be? How big of an issue is that going to be moving forward in Columbia?
I will say that I'm extremely familiar with it, but it is a way to get more companies in and to get more people put to work. The city may have to bite the bullet on a few things too, to get more companies to come in. And again, if you're getting nothing, anything is more than that. So if you give incentives to businesses to come into town and employ 10 to 300 people, you're going to get that back in the end. Every investment will have a return, and you always hope that it's very positive. And an investment that we have to make is in incentives and in taxes, and tax deferments and things like that. So, I mean, everything is a step in the right direction.
I also wanted to ask you about the surveillance cameras because that is going to be an issue voters are going to vote on. What is your opinion?
I signed the petition as soon as I saw it. I'm in favor of the surveillance cameras. It's a tool that our police can use. Many of the arguments are that it's going to cost us way too much money to monitor those. I don't agree with that. The only time we have to look at the tapes or the surveillance cameras is if there was a crime and look for information or evidence from that. Other than that, no one has to look at it at all. It's just a tool that the police can use, and I want to give them all the tools they can because it keeps me safe.
Playing devil's advocate here. What about, I've also heard that some people compare it to like England where
Right.
there are cameras, I don't know how many on every block.
There are cameras everywhere in England, and the evidence, you can use the same numbers to increase your case or to decrease your case. And evidence is there, and it's how you read the statistics. Again, I'm in favor of the cameras. I look at them as being a tool, and how we will use the cameras, will they be stationary, will they be mobile, will they be, I believe that is up for discussion if in fact the citizens vote for it in April. If the citizens approve it, we will have to cross that bridge. If they do not approve it, it's a moot point right now. But I am on record as saying that I did sign for it, and I will let the citizens tell me if we're going to decide more later on.
Okay. Let's see what else I have. If I have anything else. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I think that's about all the questions I have. Did you want to add something else? Anything I'm missing?
I'm very happy to be in Columbia. I want to stay in Columbia, and I want to make Columbia a much better place. I'm looking for the future 20, 30, 40 years down the road. I'm not just looking at next summer, because what we do this year is a foundation for what we're going to build this city on. And I want to take care of this city the way I take care of my truck, and it's got 327,000 miles on it.